Yes! Bing bong! Welcome to the CineBoiz podcast. We are here. We are live. It's Saturday morning. So first and foremost, if you are in the Cork Bats YouTube page right now, joining us live, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing to the Cork Bats YouTube page. Also, as well, hop in the chat. Talk with us. Be a part of this experience. Today we're recording our podcast episode. Our podcast episodes drop on Mondays, so you can find those on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You can see the little things over there. That's where we are if you want to listen to us. Every Monday we drop, so be sure to subscribe, comment, rate, review. Thank you so much for everyone who does that. Again, we are the CineBoiz podcast. We are part of the Cork Bats podcast network, and today we got a full house. Look at this. Well, as you can tell, Kevin is not here, so we have our good friend, Mr. Austin Huff, the godfather of Cork Bats. He is here with us this morning.
Look at us.
Hey.
Look at us.
Look at us.
Who would have thought?
Welcome so much. Thank you for being here. Look, so I know you have your own podcast, and you're just on the radio. You're a professional. Look, we know what you do.
Yeah.
But, one of the things that we do here, and since you are our guest, is we talk about what we're big on. And we're going to have you start since you're our guest this week. So, Austin, what are you big on this week?
Well, first of all, I'm always big on the CineBoiz. I appreciate you guys having me hop on and join you guys. This has been a dream of mine since you guys started this podcast.
And you've been on the show several times already. So the fact that it's still a dream.
Oh, wait, have I been on? We did some live streams.
You've been in our streams, yeah.
We did some Oscars and Golden Globes.
Yes,
those were fun. Those were a blast. But no, to be on the actual the actual regular season show.
Fair enough.
This is a dream. That's really the only reason I was like, hey, do you guys want to come do the podcast for Cork Bats? Because and now finally has come to fruition. No, the thing I'm big on this week is I'm so big on this, and this is actually the first time I'm vocalizing this to anyone other than my wife, because my wife is big on it too. F-Boy Island.
Yes,
guys, this show. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on HBO Max. It's a reality show, but it's got like a little mix of if you've ever played the game Mafia. It's got that like One Night Werewolf. Like it's got a little bit of that mixed into it because you have to figure out if these people are good or bad. What it is it's three women, and it's 24 guys. 24 guys come onto the show. 12 of them are F boys. I think we all know, what an F boy is.
Right.
12 of them are nice guys, and the 3 girls don't know. And if the F boys win, they win like money. So like if they go the whole way and like get chosen in the end, they win like a ton of money. But if the nice guys win, they get love, I guess, which is also nice. I don't know.
Yeah, nice.
And then and it's hosted by Nikki Glaser,
yeah.
who I love, and it's just it is trash TV at its finest, but it is so addicting. I'm sucked in, and they drop 3 episodes at a time, and we're 6 episodes in, and I can't wait for the next drop of 3 episodes.
Right. Well, it's funny you bring this up because if you listened last week, F Boy Island was my big on for last week.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! So you get it. You get it.
Yes, I totally understand. It's great.
Nice.
I didn't think much of it until the very end of the first episode where they revealed that there is a 2 separate areas where you go if you get voted off, essentially.
And we have no idea what that's like. Will they ever bring those guys back? Like, or is this just a way to keep them on the show longer? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we went to the end of the show, season finale, and they just never reference those guys being in those. What is it? It's Limbro for the F boys, and then it's just like some really nice mansion for the nice guys.
Right.
But
yeah, that was my favorite part, was that they revealed Limbro at the end of the first episode, and they're just still there. Like the show, the competition is still happening, but the rest of the good guys and the F boys are still just there hanging out.
Right. Have you caught up? Have you watched all 6 episodes?
I'm not completely caught up yet.
Okay, then I don't want to spoil anything, but let me just say at the end of 6, there is a cliffhanger that involving Casey. I'll just say that much.
Great. I'm excited for this.
Mob and Tom are like, what the hell are these dudes talking about?
No. I think in the past we have established ourselves as a pro trash TV podcast.
Okay, that's good. Yes. Yeah. All right. Then
I
good.
mean, I just watched the After the Altar for Love is Blind last night. So
yes,
all 3 episodes, watched them all. Finally had a time where my wife was gone because she hates it.
Yeah.
And I sat down and watched all of them.
I'll just say my advice to you guys, if you do get into F Boy Island, do it. Make sure you have 6 hours free in your day, because you will binge
burn through it all.
Yeah,
you will be like, I have to watch the next one now.
Yeah, for sure. Kay Mingo says, good morning, boys. Welcome, Kay. And then our
good morning, Kay.
Of course,
good morning, Kay.
Goth Grandpa also says, good morning, boys.
Goth
Grandpa, good you're here.
Take a look, raise your
good to see you.
To brunch with the CineBoiz.
AVJ also in the chat. Thank you so much. So I know a bunch of you are probably looking at Austin right now and you're like, where do I know this guy from? Well, if you live in the Chicago area and you happen to see a gentleman walking around the streets last week dressed as a hot dog, that was Austin. Here's a pic of it right here. Yeah,
oh my gosh.
There he is at his job.
Of course. Guys, can I tell you a really quick funny story about that? So I lost a bet. I took the Cubs in the Cubs versus White Sox Crosstown Classic over the weekend, and obviously they got swept because they traded away their entire team.
Sports.
There was a fairly big sports talk radio guy in town, I texted him. It was his birthday this past weekend. I had worked with him before. I have a good relationship with this guy, and he's great. But like someone that I look up to a lot and like I respect and admire, and I just said, hey man, happy birthday. And he texts me and he says, hey, thanks, Austin. Is it possible I saw you walking down Dearborn Street in a hot dog outfit yesterday at about 10 a.m. ish? I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
That's insane.
And then he was like, it's been almost 3 years since I've been back in Chicago, and it just so happens the day I'm back, I see you in a hot dog costume. Just absurd.
That's hilarious. Well, Austin, again, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
We're also joined by our other 2 co-hosts, our stalwarts. Kevin, I guess this is just optional for Kevin, so he's not here today. But we're joined by Mr. East Coast Mob. Mob, how are you this morning?
Great. Happy to be here.
Great. What are you big on this week, dude?
I am big on quarterbacks who have their own logos.
Yes.
So this week, I don't know if any of you know about this, if any of you have ever talked about this or brought it up, but Patrick Mahomes got his own logo. Well, a new logo. He had a logo before this, but now it's like the Adidas official logo. It's stupid. I'll admit, it's stupid. It looks gross. However, I'm just big on quarterbacks that have their own logo. Or players for that matter. I picked just a random team. I looked at the Tennessee Titans and I looked up their roster. I was like, who's their best player? Derrick Henry. No logo to find. I was like, well, maybe the quarterback. They have a quarterback. Maybe he has a logo. No logo to find. Oh, AJ Brown, really good wide receiver. Any logo? No. So I looked up the guy who has as many catches in a Titans uniform as the Titans have Super Bowls, Julio Jones.
Oh my God.
And he does have a logo. I would have sent it to Kenny to put up, but I don't want our YouTube channel to get blocked because it looks like a penis. He decided to do the J and like have the J go around and then a backwards J, have that go around.
Okay.
So, I'm just big on quarterbacks with logos.
That's great.
That's great.
Can I just do a real quick fact check there?
Sure.
Mob said clearly, and I don't know if Mob heard the junk drawer kind of bashing Patrick Mahomes' logo last week.
Oh, you bashed his logo on the junk drawer? I don't listen.
Yeah, no, right.
I never listen.
No, right. You said Derrick Henry doesn't have a logo.
I searched Derrick Henry logo and just pictures of him popped up.
Oh, that's funny because I'm pretty sure Derrick Henry does have a logo, and it's this.
Yeah. No, I figured that's what you would come with.
When you do that to grown men, like you don't need a logo. You don't like people know who you are.
Right.
You don't need to brand yourself anymore.
That's fair.
He will brand defenders with the palm of his hand.
That's fair. It's just, Adidas endorses Patrick Mahomes and they also endorse Ryan Tannehill, but they gave Patrick Mahomes the logo.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So
I guess
that's interesting.
I guess it's the difference in hardware. Anyways, so we're not
for a movie thing. I am big on bloopers at the end of movies. I think all movies should have bloopers at the end of them.
All right, thank you, Mob. All right, now you made good graces with me.
I watched Horrible Bosses the other day. They have the blooper reel at the end of it.
Right?
Why doesn't every movie have that?
Like give me like freaking atonement. Like bloopers at the end of Atonement.
Yes.
I was gonna say, what do you think it looks like for There Will Be Blood? Or something like that.
Right? Yeah, where he's like,
you must drink
my milkshake. Sorry,
does
one
Daniel
more for me.
Day-Lewis, does he have bloopers?
I don't think he's ever laughed a day in his life.
Probably
I don't think
not.
it's ever
He's
happened.
Never messed up on a line. Never screwed up ever.
Mm-mm.
He is
just perfect.
Or if he has, he takes it so seriously that there's no blooper reel for any Daniel Day-Lewis movie. But anyways, K Mingo wants to know, is Kevin's mustache gone?
I think so.
We don't know. Kevin is not here today, so we don't have confirmation, but rumor has it that it is gone at this point. Hey, maybe it'll be back by the time we record next week, though. It'll grow back and we're good. Okay, well, thank you, Mob. And then we are also joined by our good friend in his home office, Tom. Tom, how are you today?
Hello, boys. I'm well. I'm happy to be here.
Good. What are you big on this week?
Yeah, I am big on the new release by The Weeknd. I sent that out the other day to you boys. I'm a huge fan of it. I've got it playing on repeat. It's fantastic. If you haven't listened to it yet, go check it out. If you think you're not a fan of The Weeknd, first, you're wrong. Second, this is just a great song. Like, you're going to love it no matter what type of music you're into.
Yeah. I listened to it on my bike ride yesterday evening, and it is the perfect bike ride music.
Yes.
It's upbeat.
Bike ride,
Get your
driving
energy
music, dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Laying your grandmother to
also,
rest.
yeah.
Like, it's just awesome. Like, it always slaps.
It really does. It's a banger.
Yeah.
Also, I saw this last night. I'm big on Macaulay Culkin's going to be in the next season of American Horror Story. So I'm gonna check that out.
That makes total sense.
Doesn't it?
They're
It's
just
kind of
gonna
about
film
Be a
time.
his
picture
face.
of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it. I don't know why it took him this long to get on that show.
Yeah, he's been creepy for a very long time.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Tom. Just want to shout out Marie J says hello, chat, and hello, CineBoiz. Thank you for joining us. And then if I am pronouncing your name wrong, I'm so sorry. But Jack Magfin says good morning to all the boys I loved. Well, thank you.
Oh, to all the boys I loved before.
Thank you.
That you guys should do we should do like a Photoshop movie poster of that movie with just your faces to all the boys I loved before.
Yeah,
I think
But
Kevin
it's
can do that.
BOIZ.
that's Kevin's job. Terrible Photoshop goes to Kevin. That's under his umbrella. But yeah, no. And then of course, my name is Kenny, one of the co-hosts of the CineBoiz podcast. I'll tell you what I'm big on this week, guys. Alamo Drafthouse Village in Austin opened up yesterday. So it's my favorite movie theater in Austin. It has been closed for 18 months. They've opened the other Alamos up, but this is the smallest one. It's closest to where I live. It's been closed the longest. Opened up yesterday. I'm going to see a movie today, and I am so excited.
Nice.
What movie?
Free Guy.
Free Guy.
It looks great.
It's been getting good reviews.
Did I read that correctly? That it is actually getting good reviews?
Yes,
Yeah,
it is certified
it is.
fresh with an 81% on Rotten Tomatoes, I believe.
Wow.
Let's double check that.
Right?
Did anyone see this coming?
No.
I didn't think it would be terrible, but I think it's exceeded expectations as far as what it
Ryan
actually
Reynolds
got.
can be a wild card.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you think like Ryan Reynolds is like doing the Derrick Henry workload and just carrying that movie on his back? Like it just
Yeah.
Maybe.
like the only reason it's having success is because of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, so right now it is standing at a 81% tomato meter and a 95% rotten audience score. So
That's crazy.
yeah, that's pretty good,
Yeah.
So
Good for him.
yeah, so I'll be doing that a little bit later today. I'm very excited about it. Hey, Kathy Ashton's in the chat. Hey, Kathy Ashton.
Kathy Ashton.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, we got a lot to get to this week. So we didn't have an episode last week. We didn't have brunch together last week. I'm so sorry for everyone who is just, really wanting to hang with us. We decided to take a little vacation. We feel rejuvenated, re-energized. We're ready to move forward. So we're feeling good today. But with taking a week off, that means we got a lot of stuff we got to get to. So we're gonna get through this as quickly as possible. But just some headlines. Some big news that happened over the past 2 weeks that we've been dying to talk about. So first and foremost, so we talked a few weeks back about Seth Rogen is writing a animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie come out in like 2023. We also got confirmation that Colin Jost of Saturday Night Live is actually writing a live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I think set to come out around the same time. I'm not 100% sure on that. But guys, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, what's Colin Jost's track record with killing my childhood franchises? I didn't see Tom and Jerry, but
Wait, that was Colin Jost?
Colin Jost is in Tom and Jerry. He may not have written it, but he's in it. So he's got to be held
Accountable.
for something.
Did you see Tom and Jerry?
No, I saw the trailers and that was enough.
right, so-
That's all I needed to see.
Let's-
Is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the new Spider-Man? That's
Yeah.
because it's like,
Ooh,
how many times are
yeah.
we going to reboot this thing?
Yeah.
Like,
And at what point does Tom Holland get on board? Because if that's the case, I'm all in.
right. Like we're going to have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where it's just Andrew Garfield and then like nobody's going to go and see it. And then they're going to be like, all right, let's try this kid, Tom Holland.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think anybody has really gotten this right yet when it comes to making a good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. And I'm going to include, even though like for nostalgia reasons, I love the original live action movies. Like they're not amazing. The first one's pretty good. The second two are,
Yeah.
if you're just
remember.
looking at it from a non-nostalgic standpoint. So like it would be nice if we finally get like a good like live action rendition of the Turtles. But
Yeah. Give me like an R-rated version. Like I would love to see that.
There we go.
version.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're ninjas.
Yes.
It should be violent.
Like they should like literally lop off some heads of some street thugs in
Ripping
New York
throats
City.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like but then like also like give me some swearing a little bit. You know, like let the like they're teenagers. Like what teenagers don't swear? And like if you live in a sewer as a teenager, you're gonna be pretty grungy.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's true. Well, I mean, like the very first one, the 1990 version, the live action version, it's PG, so it's for families. But there were like upset parents because it is a little bit darker. It's not like as kid friendly, and so then they started making them really kid friendly. So yeah, I agree. I want that R-rated Ninja Turtles movie.
Because all of us who grew up with Ninja Turtles, like we're to the age to where I'm pretty sure we can see R-rated movies now. Our moms will let us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm 31, Mom.
Yeah. Mom, stop.
Yeah.
Get out. I
Get
told you I'm
out.
doing a podcast with the CineBoiz.
So look for that. That's coming out a year, 2 years. We'll see. I'm excited to see like how that develops and who gets attached to direct and who stars and all this stuff. And you know what? I really last thing on it. No CGI, please. Let's bring back those rubber suits.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why Jurassic Park is still a great movie, because they actually built those dinosaurs. Like, there was some CGI in it that was groundbreaking at the time, but like for the most part, those dinosaurs were living and breathing.
Yeah.
It's a real
Bring that
T-Rex.
back. Like, why do we not like? Hollywood has more money now than it has ever had at any point in history.
Yes.
So why do you not put that money back into the movies? Why are you still cheaply making movies when you could make great, long-lasting movies that people will remember for decades?
Yeah. On top of that, the technology's there. Like you can, I'm sure they can figure out how to make a Nike dry fit turtle suit that isn't horrible for the people wearing it. So what were we gonna say, Mom?
Yeah, Jay-Z killed autotune. When is Michael Bay gonna kill CGI?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like he did already.
AVJ says justice for Macaulay Culkin. Agreed. I don't know how he was wronged, but justice indeed.
Yeah, no, it's definitely. Well, I
He
think
didn't
it's
have a
because
great childhood.
his brother's getting all the love right now for Succession. So
Oh yeah. Wow.
it's time we get
Deservedly
Macaulay
so.
back on top, you know? It's time we make Macaulay Culkin the good son again.
Yeah.
Yes. We need another Home Alone, but again, on the theme of like an adult Home Alone.
What?
Violence, just blood, gore.
Yeah,
Go
like
crazy.
Macaulay's the parents.
Yeah.
And like he, like instead of like leaving, like he comes back and he just takes a shotgun and just shoots the wet bandits.
Yeah. I think
Well, he purposely leaves his kids at home because
So he
they
can
need to
entrap.
learn.
right.
Oh, that
To
too.
learn.
Yeah.
This is how I was raised, kids.
I would just like a dark revenge tale of like older Macaulay Culkin versus we'll bring Joe Pesci out of retirement again.
Yeah.
And bring in Daniel Stern, and then we'll have that just really violent R-rated Home Alone. But
It'll be like Skyfall when at the end when they're in that house.
yeah, exactly.
That was great.
Exactly. Okay. Well, moving on. We also in the past 2 weeks got the first look at the new Lord of the Rings Amazon TV show, which is apparently the most expensive TV show ever made. And we have this one photo still, which looks beautiful, but also looks kind of CGI. It looks like a video game almost, like a really, really well done video game. Not complaining, but I don't. Apparently, it takes place long before the events of Lord of the Rings, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I feel like a lot of these bigger studios right now are trying to cash in on the Game of Thrones, like Game of Thrones being so popular. Now it's gone. It's like, all right, well, there's this huge opening. Let's make something. And so you get like The Witcher from Netflix, which apparently a lot of people like. So I don't want to like knock it, but I tried to watch it and I was like, I'm not interested. So now we're getting Lord of the Rings. Amazon
Well,
series.
I mean, don't sell F Boy Island short. I mean, I think it's give it some time. It'll reach that Game of Thrones.
Fair
status.
enough. So yeah, HBO's got to fill that void somehow. My mom wants to know what channel is it going to be on. It's not on a channel. It's going to be on Amazon
63.
Prime. You know,
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime, that thing that you use that I gave you the passcode for, Mom. There you go.
Yeah.
Anyways.
This is a real quick aside. Speaking of Amazon Prime, did you guys ever watch the Night Watch? Night Watch?
No.
It was with Loki. What's
The Night Manager.
Night Manager? Night Manager. Did you guys ever
Oh,
watch
I
that?
watched a few episodes.
There was like a very limited
Mhm.
limited series on Prime, and but it was one of the greatest shows I've ever watched, and it was on Prime. So anyway, just a quick aside.
Yeah, I started it and didn't finish it, not because it was bad. I guess I like moved when I was watching it, and then once I moved, I stopped. You know, it was like, oh, I'm living in Columbia watching this. Now I'm living in Lexington. I can't finish it. Maybe I'll pick it back up.
Yeah,
this weekend.
You should. It was great.
All right. Cool. Kim Mingo says the original Lord of the Rings movies had such a low budget, but they did so well. The money they put into it doesn't really mean it'll be good, but we can hope. Agreed.
I mean,
and then also, like, did it have a low budget?
No, it had to be high.
Yeah.
I mean,
know. I don't know the numbers.
20 years
on
ago
that.
now, I'm sure it's
That's why we
account
have
for
the
inflation. But I feel like, yeah, those original movies are like a good template of what the show needs to do. Like, I don't think you need to like try to make it look any more fantastical than that. But I don't know. I guess I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I don't make movies. They don't pay me to do that.
Right.
But they should.
So I just looked up the budget for Lord of the Rings, and it's not as big as I thought. So I mean, it's big, but you know, it's 93 million. It looks like for the first film. So I mean, that's I don't know.
And how much is it for the
typically
show?
don't handle film budgets. That's not my job, but I feel like that's not a lot of money. So yeah, maybe Kay's right. Oh, anyways.
Yeah, it's not that much money.
Yeah. Well,
Especially for how much it made.
yeah, well, they definitely made a profit.
Good
I think that's
ROI.
safe to say. Yeah. Kathy, my mom says Amazon Prime is a channel. Change my mind. Look at Kathy.
Ooh! Oh snap!
Look
oh
at that.
snap!
Look at that.
Yeah,
Nice.
you can't, can you though?
I
You
can't. Yeah. And then Marie J says the Night Manager was great. So, you know, backing you boys up.
Night Manager.
I think also, look, I think one of the biggest stories of the past 2 weeks is the fact that America's greatest living actor is now like on a huge resurgence, about to star in a Martin Scorsese film, just starred in a Soderbergh film. Guys, Brendan Fraser is back.
Yes.
He is back.
Yes, look at that handsome ass man.
Talk about a blast from the past. Am I right?
Nice.
Yeah, no, he's doing a Scorsese film. He's all over the place. It's like, it reminds me of like when Keanu had his big resurgence a few years back and basically became the internet's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And now it's Brendan Fraser, which
Yeah.
look, I read an article about why he has not been around, and it's like, dude is like had like a ton of health issues.
Yeah.
like,
It's sad.
Really?
yeah, and it's not like, you know, like he was gone because he was like doing drugs and shit. Like it wasn't anything like he was doing. It's just like he had like health issues. He like apparently has a really messed up back from riding a horse from the Mummy movies.
Oh yeah, he got that like physically like that, like he crushed his body during the
yeah.
second Mummy movie, and
Nice.
then correct me if I'm wrong, Kenny, but did I read something somewhere where at one point, like kind of around the whole like Me Too movement, like he came forward and said that in his past in Hollywood, he was like I don't know if it was sexually assaulted or what by a male like Hollywood, you know, someone who worked on one of his films.
Oh.
And when he tried to bring it to light, it kind of got him blackballed a little bit within
Yikes.
Hollywood, which is why he wasn't getting work for a while. I mean, because I'm pretty sure his last movie was like Looney Tunes Back in Action, which wasn't the greatest movie, but it wasn't bad enough to like get him banned from Hollywood for life. There have been much worse movies than that. So
Yeah,
It's crazy. I hadn't heard that.
I hadn't heard that, but
Yeah.
I just pulled up the article. I'll go ahead and put it on the screen. But it says, Brendan Fraser says the Hollywood Foreign Press Association ex-president sexually assaulted him, which that's kind of a
Yeah,
big
right.
a big deal. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see here and get this up here. But yeah, no, it's an article from Variety. Oh gosh, get that ad out of here. But yeah, it says Brendan Fraser says HFPA. Yeah, that's I mean that makes sense because I was like, that's what early the article's from February 22nd of 2018. So I mean it's in the midst of Me Too.
Right.
So-
yeah. In 2018, he was even less in the
Yeah.
limelight than he is right now, and he's still not even really in. Like he's starting to reemerge, but he was like, it was like one of those things where it's like, where the hell is Brendan? It was like Rick Moranis. It was like,
Yeah.
where has he gone? Like
Yeah.
nobody. Like he just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah,
But it's cool to see him coming back too.
for sure.
Speaking of-
And then Kay in the chat saying he was blacklisted because he was harassed and he wasn't quiet about it. So yeah, that makes
Right.
total sense.
Right.
But man,
Good on him.
so glad he's back.
Me too.
Gosh.
That Cork Bats is a big Brendan Fraser blog. It is.
Yeah. I think
I mean,
the whole internet is now, man.
I mean, I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
even realize I missed him until people kept saying we missed him.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, look for Brendan Fraser. And then there's also that video. I don't know if you guys seen it. He did like an internet interview with somebody, and the interviewer was like, this was like 2 days ago, real quick, and it was just Brendan wearing a cowboy hat,
Yep.
being the nicest guy around. And then this interviewer's like, I don't know if you know this, but like the entire internet is in love with you and is so excited that like you're like showing up again. And he like got really like choked up. So it's like,
And
God,
he's
what a
gonna be in a movie where he plays a 600-pound person too. I think. Did you guys see that?
Oh, really? No.
Yeah, he's like cast as, I think is the lead in it, where he's like someone who weighs 600 pounds. Like,
Oh, shit.
Well, he's definitely
Yeah.
put on a lot of weight. So
yeah,
yeah,
It's just more of him to love.
yeah.
right. I'll take more Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Bring it on.
December 3rd, his birthday, by the way.
Okay.
should
Good to know.
I'm-
We'll put it
I'm
on
pushing
the calendar.
for it to become a national holiday. Like, if we celebrate Washington and Abe Lincoln's birthday and MLK's birthday, like, why not Brendan Fraser?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Hey, Kenny, before we move on to the next thing,
Yeah.
I have some breaking news.
breaking news.
It's breaking. I
Breaking.
know our viewers and listeners want to know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see
Oh
that.
wow.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
oh, no.
Who's that
The stash is
child?
gone.
I don't like it.
The stash
That guy
is
looks
gone.
like Kevin.
There it is.
Oh, Kevin Keith junk sleep.
Why did
Yep.
he shave it?
It's so
Does
he's
this
in a
make me
wedding
officially
this
the
weekend.
the new boy.
Yeah, he's in a wedding this weekend, and apparently the bride wanted him to shave it. So,
Oh, that's
It's not
mean.
his wedding, is it?
yeah. No, he's like a
That's
groomsman
messed
or
up.
something.
That's messed up. Okay.
Oh,
well,
that's a,
Yeah,
dare I say that's a little bridezilla-ish. If you're gonna make
Yep.
someone in the wedding party change their facial hair for a wedding, like that's
yeah.
being
No
a
one's
little
gonna be
too
looking at him.
controlling.
No.
Right.
Who cares about him?
No.
And it's not like the mustache was like, it's not like he had like a Fu Manchu or something.
No,
like,
he like maintained it. It always looked
Right.
nice.
right.
Full.
now we're
K Mingo says F. Rest in peace, mustache.
F's in the chat.
GX says F. F's in the chat if you're upset about the mustache being gone. My mom asks, who is that guy?
we don't
I don't
know.
know.
It looks like Kevin, but
Oh man.
I was thinking Ray Donovan got him to shave
Right.
it after
So
Oh,
I was,
man.
him
I
in
was,
that mattress commercial.
I wanted to talk about that, but I didn't know if I wanted to talk about it without Kevin being here. But apparently, Liev Schreiber just called out Kevin in a new Mattress Firm commercial.
Right.
Wild.
Calling Kevin Keith junk sleep.
Junk sleep.
Which I get it if you look at it from a grammatical standpoint, and we'll post it again to our Instagram, but you can go there and see this video that we posted last weekend of this new Mattress Firm commercial where Liev Schreiber says, keep calling Kevin Keith, like your friend
Yeah.
Kevin, you keep calling him Keith. But it sounds like he's saying,
Kevin
keep calling
Keith.
Kevin Keith junk sleep. And so now we're going to keep, because Kevin's name, for those of you who do not know, Kevin's full name is Kevin Keith. And now, we're calling him Kevin Keith Junk Sleep. That's his new nickname. So check out the commercial.
Junk
Anyways,
Sleep.
enough of that. I'll show the video next week.
It's I just love that, like, Literally, the voice of Hard Knocks is calling Kevin Keith junk sleep.
Yeah. It's hard being a rookie in the NFL.
Kevin
I really work on that one a lot. I feel like I can get the Liev Schreiber Hard Knocks voiceover. Okay.
Kevin Keith, known as the man with the mustache. But now it's time for. Now we must ask him a question. Where's the mustache, Kevin? It's like always like dumb like puns like that.
Yeah. So we got that. We got Kevin Keith junk sleep. Also, last week Suicide Squad came out. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. Has anybody else seen it?
I made the grave mistake of asking my wife if that is something she wanted to watch with me in hopes that I could watch it by myself.
Yeah.
And she said, "Yeah, I'd like to watch that." So no, I haven't seen it yet.
Yes,
Bob, I'm the same. That's the same thing happened.
Yeah.
I was like, you don't want to say this, do you? She's like, actually, kind of do, And I was like,
well, I was
Okay.
like, you don't want to see the Suicide Squad, and she goes, "What's it about?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's about some bad guys killing people, lots of violence." And she's like, "No, I'll watch that with you." I'm like, ugh. I would see so many more movies if it weren't for her.
So you're essentially saying that you have not watched it yet because you're waiting to watch it with Kate.
Yes, because she said she wanted to watch it with me.
Okay.
And I was trying to maneuver it to where I could be like, I can watch it on my own, because if that were the case, it'd be watched already.
Fair. I watched it last week. It is extremely violent. We watched it.
Nice.
I watched it with Catherine because she also wanted to watch it. Because, I mean, it's James Gunn. He did Guardians of the Galaxy. We love Guardians of the Galaxy. This is not Guardians of the Galaxy. I'll just say that. It's very, very violent and kind of over the top gory, which is not really my thing. I don't really care for that too much. That being said, it is a fantastic movie. It is so funny. Probably one of my favorite comic book movies of the past 10 years. But all that to say, it came out last week. It only made about $26 million at the box office. So
surprising.
Considered to be a flop. Now, granted, it's free to watch on HBO Max. That's how we watched it. So that's probably why it didn't make as much money. And then, unlike Disney, HBO doesn't really release their numbers for streaming as part of their box office numbers. So, what does that mean for the future of the Suicide Squad? I don't know. But yeah, it basically, there was a lot of articles that I read this week or online that I saw that were like, should we consider this movie a flop? Because it didn't make hardly anything. And, I don't know.
that would suck, because I feel like it is like one of the first like really well done DC movies.
Yes.
And it would suck if like the first like one that's like I actually legitimately want to go and see doesn't do well.
Right. Yeah, it's the best one by far of all the DC movies, so it's kind of a bummer that it didn't work out. So we'll see. I'm sure they'll make a sequel to it, but they'll probably have to, cut the budget or something stupid. But if you haven't seen it and you're okay with violence and gore, though, I highly recommend it. It's really great. Okay, and then just two more things. Clint Eastwood still is making movies. The man is 91 years old. He still is directing and starring in his own movies. And we got the trailer for Cry Macho this week, which, correct me if I am wrong, or if nobody else is getting the vibe from this.
I think I know exactly what you're about to say.
But isn't this just Gran Torino again?
Yes. I thought that watching the trailer, just like, this seems really familiar.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's Gran Torino.
Hang on. It's Gran Torino mixed with the Mule.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally, but I think all his movies are just starting to run together now.
I think he's forgotten actually what he's already made in the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
Right. Remember when he spoke to that empty chair at the
Right. I was gonna say it's because he's got this invisible chair, so he doesn't. Those are all his movies. He doesn't know where they are, so he just keeps remaking them.
Exactly.
But Dwight Yoakam though, so that's the one difference.
Hey, Dwight Yoakam, one of the only country artists I can tolerate. And
wow.
I won't, sorry, Austin. I know that you.
Yeah, thanks, dude. It's cool. At least I don't know
country radio.
Country radio show. That's cool. That's awesome. Thanks.
But yeah, I love Dwight Yoakam. I like him. Hey,
Dwight Yoakam, favorite role ever, Dwight Yoakam? The opening scene to Wedding Crashers.
Crashers. Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's so good.
Yeah. So great. And it's like so out of left field. It's just like, is that Dwight Yoakam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
that's
nails
him.
it. Like he almost
so good.
steals the show in the opening scene.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. A lot of F's in the chat. Kevin Keith in the chat saying GG. Nice face, Kenny. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Goth Grandpa says after he finishes The Sopranos, he's gonna watch The Boys, which I have not seen The Boys. I've seen the first 3 episodes. I'm interested. I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. K Mango says hi Kevin. Sorry about your mustache. Yeah, poor guy. Poor mustache.
R.I.P.
Anyways, so check out Cry Macho this fall, and check out the trailer. It's on YouTube, or you can watch it on our Instagram at the CineBoiz. All right, and then finally, last piece of news: they're making a Sonic the Hedgehog sequel. So hooray!
yeah.
And
Yay!
before I announce the news, I'll say this: Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, the live-action movie, probably the best straight video game adaptation movie. Like just like IP to movie, it's the best. Pretty enjoyable. So they're making a sequel, and Idris Elba is going to play Knuckles.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Knuckles. Because
Love Knuckles.
I hope like to watch this movie though. You don't need like the expansion pack.
Right, like the Sega 32X.
Yeah, like you have to
Yeah.
take the old movie and place it on top of this new movie to watch it. But no, like I think it's dope. I love the Sonic franchise. I have to admit I haven't seen it yet, but yet is important to know because I do want to see it. But I have the immense amount of respect for this franchise based solely on the fact that they dropped a trailer. Sonic looked like a nasty ass human hedgehog hybrid. Everyone freaked out, and the credit to the production company for going back and recreating the entire movie, basically re-CGIing the entire film, but millions of dollars. And they said, all right, we'll remake it. And they remade it. And Sonic looked like actual Sonic, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. And the movie's good. I mean, it's not going to win any awards, but it's an enjoyable family kids movie. And I saw it at 11 a.m. on a Saturday when it came out. It was like one of the last movies I saw in a theater before COVID. I was like the only person there above the age of like 12 who was not a parent. So it was kind of weird, but it's a good movie, and I'm excited that they're making a sequel. And I just wanted to show a picture real quick since Austin, you brought it up about the Sega Genesis expansion.
Yes. Yeah.
I did stumble across this the other day, where it's essentially the full picture of the Sega Genesis with all the expansions, with the 32X on top. I know you guys can't see this, but the 32X on top and the Sega CD. What a piece of hardware. I don't think those expansions did shit.
Really, like you don't, like if you're listening on the podcast, like you don't need the visual media. Like we all know, we like you saying that, like we all have the visualization in our head of like just what that looked like, and just insane.
Yeah, but Sega Genesis, what a console.
Yikes.
All right. Well, hey, I mean that's pretty much it for all the movie news this week. So Tom.
Yeah.
What do you have for us this week, my man?
Oh, I got trivia and I got anniversaries. What do you want first?
Let's do a couple of trivia questions to see what we can get done.
So I was thinking about this week, and I was inspired by my love of the 1970s. Great decade. A lot of great things happened. Nothing bad ever happened to anybody. I wish I could go and live through it. But most importantly, some of the greatest movies of all time came from that decade. So I thought it'd be fun to answer a few trivia questions of movies from the 1970s.
Okay.
Our first question, start with an easy one. 4 city businessmen take a canoeing trip in rural Georgia. What was supposed to be a relaxing vacation turns into a nightmare when they come across locals who hunt and attack them. They not only have to survive their attackers, but also the increasingly hostile wilderness. What is this movie?
Without a Paddle. Just kidding.
Not a bad guess, though.
Without a Paddle. What a movie. Shout out to Dax Shepard. It's Deliverance, right?
Yeah.
It is Deliverance. Have you guys ever actually seen it?
No.
I
I'd
haven't.
It's a wild trip.
I haven't, but so a story from my father. So he's one of 8, Irish Catholic family. So what the parents would do was they would pick a child to take on date night to go to movies with them. And he just happened to get the one where they went and saw Deliverance.
Oh, no.
That would be horrifying.
So he's like
Yeah.
10, 11-year-old kid watching Deliverance in between his parents at the movie theater. There wasn't talking on the way home.
I bet there wouldn't be.
Ooh,
Was
that's
there
wild.
squealing though?
Ugh.
Stop.
Ew.
Stop.
Okay, moving on. Tom, quick. Next question. Go.
All right, next question. Quiet architect Paul Kersey has his life turned upside down when violent intruders break into his home, kill his wife, and rape his daughter.
Oh my
His
God,
response is to become a
Tom.
vigilante, patrolling the streets and killing criminals. He then becomes a hunted man himself. What is this movie? Hey, I'm just reading. I'm just giving you the synopsis. This was a real movie.
You're making me blush, bro. I'm gonna guess that it is, the Charles Bronson movie. What's that guy's name? What's that movie's name?
I have no idea.
It's not that Scorsese movie, is it? The with Nick Nolte. I think that came out in the 80s.
Oh, Cape
Mystic
Fear?
River? No, Cape Fear. Cape Fear.
Yeah, I think that was actually like early 90s. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's gosh, Charles Bronson is the star of the film. I can't remember the name of the movie. Do I get partial credit if I'm right?
Give you partial credit for that. Do we have any other guesses?
No clue.
I'll say Without a Paddle.
Yeah.
Without a paddle.
The
Seth
movie in question.
Something. Hold on. Wait. It's something to do with like sudden death. No, that's
Okay.
like a.
No, that's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, you're
in,
right. You're right.
in the early 90s.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
The movie is Death Wish.
Death Wish. I knew Death
Yeah.
was in there
Oh,
somewhere.
and okay, that was just remade with Bruce Willis.
Yes.
It was,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. So I get partial credit.
You do get partial credit.
I was gonna say I thought that plot was familiar.
Yeah.
I know that plot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was. I saw Death Wish in theaters. Thank you, Movie Pass.
Oh
Right.
Wow. Movie
That was a
Pass
movie I would
just-
not have seen in theaters had it not been for Movie Pass.
Exactly. That's why I'm excited for.
What-
Yeah. Anyways, continue
Austin,
on.
what's your worst movie pass movie?
Ooh, like most embarrassing
Yeah.
or worst?
Because Kevin's got The Spy Who Dated Me or something like that.
Oh wow! I went and saw Paper Towns.
Okay.
What is
Paper
that?
Towel? Isn't that like a kid?
It's like a
teen
teen
like a
drama.
teen-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
But doesn't the soundtrack on that slap?
Oh, the thank you, Mob. The soundtrack to that movie I would put up against just about any soundtrack to any movie. It is
nice.
up against the '98 Godzilla soundtrack. I would even put it up.
Wow.
It is that good.
That's strong. Would you put it up against Spider-Man 2 soundtrack?
Yeah, I
Okay.
would put it. Yeah, you're talking Jake.
Now we're
Gyllenhaal,
talking.
right?
Spider-Man 2 soundtrack is
That's the one-
basically the
that's Nickelback,
soundtrack
right?
to my like.
Wait, which
early-
Spider-Man 2?
I am selfish.
That-
I am wrong.
That
Is that Hero from?
no? That's Spider-Man
That's
1
Spider-Man
soundtrack.
1.
Or no. It's not even Nickelback. It's just Chad.
It's
Kroeger.
just-
Kroger.
Chad
with
Kroeger
another
and-
guy.
But
Yeah.
then there's like,
It's like
oh,
Casey
who's that guy?
something. Here, let's
Oh,
see.
there's
Yeah.
another guy from it. Dang it, who is
And
it?
then
it?
and then Spider-Man 3, that one was Snow Patrol.
Oh yeah.
Got super emo.
All right. So Hero is Chad Kroger featuring Josie Scott.
Oh.
Yeah, of
I
course.
can actually
right,
get this
goes
in here, can I? Oh, you know what? We're not gonna do that. You guys can't see it. Anyways, let's do one last trivia question.
One last trivia
Yeah.
question. All right. I think we got to get one here. Who played Al Pacino's lover in the 1975 movie Dog Day Afternoon?
It was Chris Sarandon.
He
It
said
was
that
Chris
so
Sarandon.
confidently.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Damn. I thought he was making a joke. He said that so confidently.
Oh, I had that one especially for Ken.
Yep. It's all up there,
Wow.
man. If it's a
Damn.
Pacino movie in the 70s, I probably know everything there is to know about it.
And that is why you subscribe to the CineBoiz right
Yes,
there, guys.
yeah.
Rate, review, and subscribe.
Exactly. Kevin says, anyone else think Austin knows a little too much about movies for this podcast? I think Kevin is feeling a little bit under the gun right now because he's not here, and Austin has just got all the movie facts.
Guys,
Kevin, you might be fired.
I think I might like movies more than sports,
I
which is good that I started a sports blog.
Right, exactly.
should we start referring to Kevin as Afterthought?
Afterthought.
Ooh,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
I mean, he's
Afterthought.
junk sleep.
He is. Kevin Keith is
He is
junk sleep.
Like,
All right, and then let's do some movie anniversaries real quick.
you got it. Happy 5-year anniversary to War Dogs. It was okay.
I watched that for the first time like 3 months ago, and it was fine.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one that you're not gonna really think much of.
I didn't realize it was a Todd Phillips movie though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when Miles Teller was like supposed to take off, and I feel like he just kind of hit a ceiling and then just started hanging out with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be in the new Top Gun movie.
Oh yeah, he will be.
Mom.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
Well.
All right.
Happy 10-year anniversary to Fright Night.
Oh,
the remake.
The
It's the
Colin
remake.
Farrell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Fright Night with Chris Sarandon.
That one is a great movie.
Whoa, we just came full circle.
I never saw the remake, but that original is fantastic.
Yeah. The original is, it's what's the best way? It was filmed in the 80s, so it's like, I wouldn't even say it's dated, man. Like, I think it's still a great movie. If you've ever, if you have never seen the movie Fright Night, highly recommend it. It's like a horror movie, but it's also like fun and kind of violent, like funny.
Yeah.
And no, it's great.
Yeah. And then finally, happy 25-year anniversary to Escape from LA.
Oh, that movie is a piece of shit.
It's bad. It's not good.
Oh, it has some of the. Hang on, I gotta pull this up.
Was that the sequel to Escape from New York?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
which is a good, enjoyable classic at this point.
Which I just learned that Escape from New York was shot almost entirely in St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's like
Let's
if you go back,
go.
you can go and see all the different sites and spots that like they shot, like to make it look like. Apparently there was a big fire in the 80s in New York. I mean, in St. Louis, to make it look like a dilapidated New York.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
is Escape from New York like a post-apocalyptic movie, and that's why they shot it
It
in
is,
St.
yeah.
Louis?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I know that. So there's so much horrible CGI in Escape from LA because it was like,
Yes.
so the first movie came out in like what, 1981? Escape
It's
from
like
New York?
81, yeah.
And then the sequel came out in 96, where they have this, essentially they have the technology now to do, let's do as much CGI as we possibly can. And it's just terrible, man.
It's bad.
It's a bad movie. I got the trailer going right now, but you
Yeah.
can't really tell, but it's just not great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, shout out to Kurt Russell though, because he is the man.
I love him.
All right. Well, hey, that's pretty much it. Like we're pretty much done. So we're gonna get going here. Thank you so much for everybody who hopped into our chat this morning, making Brunch with the Boys another success. We love our community. Goth Grandpa, K Mango. Who else we got in here? Mom, Goth Grandpa, Jack. Who else? Marie, AVJ. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us this morning. We really appreciate it. Austin, you're our guest of honor. Do you got anything you want to plug?
Just Cork Bats. Just follow, all the socials at Cork Bats. It's corked with a K. Sports and pop culture, entertainment, and we appreciate all of you guys who support the CineBoiz. We appreciate everyone who follows, who follows Cork Bats. We definitely do. We're growing this thing, and hopefully, we can only do that with the help and support of you guys. So we appreciate it.
Awesome. Yes. Again, thanks so much to everybody who is in the chat, everyone who likes, subscribes, all that good stuff. Subscribe to our podcast. For us, of course, you can follow us at the CineBoiz on Instagram and Twitter. You can email us, cineboyspodcast@gmail.com. Let's check our email. What's up?
We have some questions, but I think we should save them for next week.
Oh man.
Okay, we're gonna save them for next week.
Laura, sorry, but I want to, let's tease that.
Okay.
Nice. That's a good tease.
So we
Gotta get
finally
better at
have some
teasing.
mailbag
Great
to
tease.
share next week. So I'll add that. You can email us if you want at the CineBoyspodcast@gmail.com. Be sure, if you like listening, to subscribe, whether that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, one of those fringe sites. Thank you so much. Rate, review, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. Be sure, again, to follow the Corkbats YouTube page. That's where you can catch our streams. You can catch other Corkbats streams, other Corkbats videos. You can watch all of our podcasts on there. So subscribe for all your Corkbats content. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we're done here. Guys,
Cool.
Thank you. Good to see you all. Austin, thank you again. And
Thank you guys for having me.
We'll be back next week. So bye.
Later.
Bye.